Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey. Okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin probably, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
And boom, it's on again. What's up? How's everybody doing? What's going on? Happy Sunday, people. Hi. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. Okay, listen, his eyes on a sparrow. That's the reason why I sing. Okay, glory. Okay, those of y'all that be mad when I sing. That's what I felt like giving. Okay, y'all. So listen, Linda. Let me explain as y'all come into the room. Listen, Linda. So, because there was no family or fiance, and they gave us this Ready to Love pre-show situation, I decided to come to y'all with the singles because we're going to review Ready to Love. Y'all know that. And I decided, why not come and talk to y'all about the people that is going to be on the upcoming season. And it's DC this season. Okay, DC. Chocolate City. Okay. I'm listen, I have notes. I have some perspectives on these men. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. It always seems to be men who seem to have their shit together, women who actually do, and then crazy people somewhere in between. Like, there's always crazy people up and through here. I don't know what's going on yet. But some of these personalities are already like, I was like, oh, nails on the chalkboard. Nails on the chalkboard. Somebody get him, Jesus. Okay, listen. I'm just giving everybody a chance to, come on in, 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 come on in. Not come, not come, not come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Nah. Okay, listen. Sometimes you have to give people a chance. Okay. So y'all see them. you see what I have here for you: visuals and names. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Okay. So first, y'all, we have Frank. I need these notes to be somewhere where I can see the pictures as well, because I need to remember people. Okay, hold up, y'all. Like, I don't need to see myself. I know what I look like. Okay. Hold up, y'all. Give me a second to arrange these notes. Okay, so Frank, the bartender. Do you guys see Frank? Okay, do you see him up here at the top? Number 2 at the top. All right, we're gonna bingo this bitch. Okay, row 1. Okay, number 2. Okay, number 2. Okay, so listen. He's a bartender. He's created kombucha. I was like, okay, you've piqued my interest, brother. Okay. Thank you so much for the super chat, Kaza Love. Ready to love equals struggle love Olympics. You ain't never lied. That's what it feels like. It feels like come struggle for my love. You know what I'm saying? That's what come struggle for my love, bitch. That's what it feels like. So Frank said that his last relationship was 4 years, lasted 4 years, and she did not cherish him, even though he did everything he could to make her feel like she was special to him. That can translate to a lot of different things. And I'm just gonna wait. But something feels clingy, something feels maybe like the expectations are extremely exhausting. Maybe, just I'm gonna wait on it, but there are some things that I was picking up on in mannerisms that made me feel like, I don't know. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But he says he wants someone that's going to love him and him only. Codependent. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Brittany. Come through with the wordage that escapes me in the moment. I appreciate you. Codependency. That is absolutely what it's giving. Okay, it's giving codependency. Okay, let's move on. Corey the trainer. Corey the trainer is on row 1. He is the last person in this row, depending on how you think about it. Or the first, whichever you. I'm thinking about it from me on in. Okay, so he's on the end. He's on the end. Okay, all the way on. All the way over there on the end where he needs to be. He calls himself the most romantic guy in DC. That's what he said. And he said he's been on 100 dates in the last year. He says, people ask him all the time, how are you getting to know any of these women if you're, talking to 20 of them at a time? And he says he copies and pastes. So basically what happens is he is hitting a lot of these women up in the DMs. Good morning. How you doing? You look beautiful today. All of that type of shit, right? Copy and pasting that shit to a whole bunch of different women. And whoever bites, he'll go on a date with them. And he says he normally does good on the first date. But by the time we get to the second date, that's a whole different conversation. I said, because then they have peeped you're an asshole. That's what's going on there. That's what's going on right in that moment. They figured out you're an asshole. And he says he has a list of deal breakers, okay? He says if she goes through his phone, if she verbally disrespects him, or if she lets herself go. I forgot to mention, did I not say he was a trainer? Okay, he's a trainer. So if you let yourself go, that's a deal breaker for him. And he also, he let us in on a little bit of something, y'all. He let us in on a little bit of something. Come close, let me tell y'all what he said. He says he has 3 6s. He's 6 feet, 6 figures, and what else he said, babe? 6-pack. I said, oh, you have devil dick. Thank you for telling us. Thank you for warning us ahead of time that you are devil dick. Yes. Any woman that gets physically involved with you, she will later break up with you or you will break up with her, however it will happen, and she will describe you to her homegirls as devil dick. It was great while it lasted, but he's the devil with his dick. Okay, so yeah, that's what I got off Corey. It's not gonna be great, y'all. It's not gonna be good with him. It's not. I'm not expecting great things. I'm not expecting a lot of love. I'm expecting a lot of lust. I'm expecting to sing, I am ready to fuck. That's what I'm expecting. So moving on. Phil, where's Phil? Phil is on the second row, second to last. He is a government consultant. Okay. He was with a woman for 2 years and it was some sort of battle, he said. And she had to make a decision. And he said he was done waiting. And he wants to have like a Michelle Barack situation. And I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna wait and see on this one as well. But it's another one that feels like I probably applied a lot of pressure, or wanted to move very fast, or there was a lot of codependency. See, women don't react well to that sometimes. Like sometimes that scares women when men are trying to do too much too soon. And some guys almost in a fearful or desperate type of way do things too early or rush serious things in relationships, and it comes off in a very unattractive way to women. I don't know if that's Phil. But I'm making assumptions based off of this first meet and greet. But like I said, I'm open for things to be different. Okay, so moving on from there. So then we have Shiloh, you guys. Let's look for Shiloh. Where's Shiloh? Shiloh is the beautiful woman who is second to last on the third row. Okay, first row of women, she's number 4. Okay, Shiloh. All right, super cute. Shiloh, intimacy consultant. I said intimacy consultant. Okay. I don't know what that means. I feel like I know what that means, but I feel like it's something real. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's something real. But I feel like I don't know what that translates to in relationships with men. When you call yourself an intimacy consultant in your business, to me, you might be over applying things like that or feeling too much like a consultant in your relationships, because a lot of the mindset will, mix. Your mindset about relationships is your business. So, of course, in some ways, you might start to try to consult your own relationships, and that can come off annoying to some men. So when I see beautiful, fun-loving, single, like, I have to sometimes wonder why we're here. And a lot of the times we're here because people be having isms. You know what I'm saying? And I like to look at and pay attention to the isms. But like I said, I'm open to be wrong about people, and often these opinions change over time. Okay, this is just a first little idea of what I'm feeling about the singles. Okay, so she wants a confident but quiet man. I feel like that's hard to find these days. And she's free spirited, which I already told y'all based off of, what we saw her, doing yoga and stretching and shit all throughout, and flipping her hair around and stuff. She was giving free spirited. Okay. That's what it gave. Okay. So that's what, that's what I already felt. I'm underwhelmed. Yeah. Hold off though, because I feel like this season is going to be very entertaining. Okay. I feel like this season is going to be very entertaining just because these personalities are quite, it doesn't seem like there are a lot of chill, laid back people. And we'll have to see, because a lot of the times people don't come off that way until they're around other people that may have stronger personalities, and then they revert to a more chill personality. We gonna have to see. But everybody felt like, they was gonna come with something. All right. So Courtney, y'all. Courtney is next. Courtney is the last beautiful young lady at the bottom. Okay. And Courtney says herself that she's a lot to handle. She is in her early 30s. She's a single mother, and she wants an older guy who can teach her some things. Okay. She's tired of you young bucks not knowing what the fuck y'all are doing. She wants someone who has it figured out already. She wants someone she doesn't have to take care of because she already has a child. Mm. Okay. So I was like, okay, girl. Okay. Because I feel like, did they get a lot of older guys this season? Didn't it feel like last season and maybe previous seasons it was like older guys and younger girls? And this season it seems like a lot of them are around the same age. Is it just me? So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how this is all going to how this is all going to play out. Age doesn't change that. Many older F boys out there. Yes, yes, absolutely. Um, absolutely. I'll be watching to see what the season has to offer. I'm here for the entertainment. One rain, come on through for the entertainment. I'm hiding the trolls from my phone. Thank you, Saki. I appreciate you. And all my other moderators that are in the room. Okay. Because Lord, the people are, crazy in the comments, crazy in the chat. I don't know why. What's wrong with you guys? Calm down. Chill out. It's Sunday. Why aren't you taking a break from all of your extra? Okay, chill out. Anyway, so moving on. So Camille. Camille is a teacher. Where's Camille? Where's Camille? Um, where is Camille? Why don't I see her? Why don't I see her? I don't see her. Why don't I see her? That's so weird. There's a chick named Camille in my notes, and yet I don't see her on this. Oh, no, I do. I just spelled it different. Sorry, y'all. I was looking for a C. Okay, second to last at the bottom. Second to last at the bottom. She's so pretty. You know what she's giving? She's giving Coco SWV. Like it's giving Coco SWV. Very pretty. Camilla's a teacher, and she's known as like the Black Widow. Okay, because she'll get a man, right, and she'll get him all wrapped up like that, right? Get him all wrapped up like that. And then they'll propose, and she'll be like, you know what? I was just playing. I was just playing. I don't really want this. I'm sorry. And then, that's happened like 3 times in the past where she's been proposed to and she'd been like, sir, I'm sorry. I don't want you like that. I'm sorry, sir. And I was just like, oh, okay. I don't know how this is going to go across, but I love the fact that she's about to even the playing field. Okay, because a lot of times the women do not show up with this type of backstory. They don't show up with the "I'll leave a nigga at the drop of a pin." Ooh, what? Excuse me, get off me. I don't know him. Get off me. What? Who? I don't know him. I don't know why he's talking to me. Women will do that, but on these shows you never see that. You see the women who are at the age where it's like my clock is ticking and I need a man. And it's nice to have a woman that is probably going to give us. I was just playing. I don't really like you like that. I'm excited about what her energy is going to bring. In all honesty, like I really am. I'm excited about it. She said she didn't work on herself, y'all, and I'm like, girl, I hope you ain't did too much work because I'm looking forward to you playing some people because they got some men up in here that make me feel like they're going to go for her, thinking that Oh wait. What? Okay, yeah, no. Okay, so Saki's not in here moderating. Child, I don't know what's going on today. See what I mean, y'all? I don't know what's going on today. I don't know. Anyway, but yes, I'm looking forward to one of these player dudes like Corey trying to go at Camille. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Like, why, like, yeah, what is the deal? People are so weird, man. People are so like obsessed and weird. Anyway, so like I was saying, Camille is going to be interesting, and I'm excited for what it's supposed to give. Okay. I got you. Give me a minute. I'm gonna give it to you. Give me a minute because I gotta go to it and all of that. Like, and I don't have it open because you can't do it from StreamYard, and I don't even have YouTube open today. But Real Saki is here. Okay, great. Yeah, that Sam had no wrench. Okay. I know I gotta get some people some wrenches. Okay, so Cornelius is the next person. Okay, do y'all see Cornelius up here at the top? Second to last. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so Cornelius says that he's country, he's a Southern gentleman. Okay, he is, now back involved in church. His parents have been together for 38 years, and he's planning on withholding sex, or holding off on sex, before he really, gets involved. And I was just kind of peeping things in the video of him in the confessional versus the video of him in the B-roll versus the pictures. A lot of them look different in their video versus in pictures. A lot of them show up a certain way in pictures. And then on camera, things are kind of bleeding through. And so I am wondering about Cornelius, and I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just gonna leave it right there. I'm just gonna leave it right there. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about it. Moomin, y'all see her right here on the end. Okay, also another beautiful brown skinned lady. Okay, she's a singer, and she tends to ignore red flags, which means there are a plethora of men here that she's probably going to fall for, i.e. maybe Walter. Ciao. It's going to be a problem, okay? She said that spirituality is important. Spirituality is important. So that made me think about Cornelius, okay? So I was like, okay, so the Lord, matters. And that matters for him as well. So I think they might be a match, Cornelius and Mumin. But she says she's looking for someone to build with, and she's not having sex till marriage. They might actually be really good for each other if we're reading some of those, signals wrong. Thank you, Amber Smith, for becoming a member. I don't know if we are reading those signals wrong. I really don't. But I hope I am, because I think they will be super cute. I think they'll be super cute. Just saying. I really do. Okay, hold up, y'all. So hold up. I'm looking for something. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, all right. Tracy, I just gave you a wrench. Sam J has her wrench. Okay, so we good in this bit. All right. Okay, so back to the show. All right, so Aisha, y'all. Okay, so I know she's gonna be a problematic one. She probably gonna be crazy, but I like her. Aisha is a divorcee. Her husband was a cheater, so she left after 11 years. Okay, she says the dating pool definitely has pee in it, and I almost like spit my tea out. That shit was hilarious. And then later on, she said, I like that. I be wanting to really be in people. I might lick your face here or there. I'm like, oh, girl, we have that in common. I like to lick faces, bite. I like to do all that shit. I'm one of those people too. So I like her. I think she's gonna be problematic, but I like her. I don't know what to expect, but I like her. And she looked good. She looked real good. That body was nice. When she was walking and she had like this, like a bustiquela wrapped around and the stomach out and like, the long little skirt or pants. I couldn't tell which one it was, child. What bitch I am giving. It was, what it was giving? Do y'all remember on the thin line between love and hate when Brandy first came into the picture and then the bitch was floating in the air and shit? Like, that's what she was giving walking down the street. I said, girl, you better serve. Okay, you better give everything at 38. Okay, look, thank you, Amber Smith, for the super chat. You're welcome. Boo, it was long overdue. I appreciate you. Thank you. Make sure you hit up that Discord link before it expires. Okay. Yes. I was feeling that issue, y'all. She was funny. Okay. So y'all, Walter. Y'all, no, it wasn't Walter that I felt like was the issue. It was Donta that I felt like was the issue. I'm sorry. They kind of like reminded me of one another for some reason. I got them confused. So I felt like Donta was gonna be the issue, not Walter, because Walter is the guy that actually lost his wife after a year of marriage. They were starting to, they wanted to start having kids, and she found out she had a cyst on her ovary. It was the size of a grapefruit. They went to remove it, and a few days later, she passed away. I was like, oh my God, why would y'all hit us with that? That shit was so hard to like, it was like, oh shit, like it hit you in the chest a little bit. It was really sad. You know what I'm saying? It was sad. But I hope that he finds somebody here. Because it's just sad when people lose somebody so early. You know what I'm saying? And everything was probably at still such a great point in a relationship and all of that, and you lose them like that. That shit, that's hard. So I don't know how he's going to be in this process, if he's going to be comparing constantly, how he's going to translate when he's talking to women, because in his confessional and everything, he seems like he's happy and ready to move on. But, that could be for the moment. And once you actually start talking to people and having relationships, shit can seem a little bit more intense. So we're going to wait on Walter to see how that all turns out. But that was sad. So, Zadia, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She is number 2 on the 3rd row, and she's a boss. Okay, she's a boss, and she likes to talk shit, and she wants to be with somebody that can talk shit. Okay, she said you have to schedule time with her and take verbal abuse. I said, hey, she didn't say that, but that's what she said. She didn't say that, but that's what she said. She didn't say that, but that's what she said. And she says, a lot of these men out here think they're the prize, but no, no, honey. This girl wearing fuchsia, okay, running through the streets of DC with this body, okay, with this tax bracket, bitch, with this business, with this EIN, okay, bitch, all right. No, all right. I am the prize, good sir. I like her energy. And there are a lot of men that are a part of this season that do, want to be with women who are bosses or who are alpha females that do not mind being with strong, independent women. There are a lot of them. So I feel like that might actually go over well. Now, listen, this season seems quite explosive. So I don't think it's going to have any less drama, but I'm hoping that they did a little bit better with picking the people this season, because in previous seasons, it seems as if they really do pick emotionally unavailable ass men and women who are thirsty for emotionally unavailable ass men. And it's just sad to see sometimes, because the women put forth so much effort off rip, or they clutch on to a man too quick, and then they get caught in the catch-22 like Kyra, where if you don't try to lock one dude down for the whole process, everybody tries to look at you like something wrong with you. Like, when we really think about what happened at the end of the day, like she had her own issues in that situation, but ultimately them niggas tried to slut her out on the slick because they all threw her. Remember when they threw her name out there as the one that was their number one, and she wasn't even really talking to some of them, but they threw her out there like that. And then Jason turns around and says, oh, well, what you doing for all of these men to like you like this? Nigga, what I'm doing for you to like me like this? What kind of shit is that? Like, it was okay for the men to have their, situations. Child, please get this crazy person out of my comments. So anyway, what was I saying before I was like interrupted? Like, what's wrong with people today? So yeah, y'all, moving on from there. Sabrina, single mother. Where is she? Where is Sabrina? Or did I spell it wrong? Is another thing that I spelled wrong? No, nah. Sabrina is at the end, 3rd row. Okay, I'm still mad about that Kyra situation, right? It was just a lot.
last season was awful for the men. They weren't bringing much to the table compared to the ladies at all, y'all, at all. So anyway, Sabrina, single mother to a daughter who met a man she didn't know and got pregnant for him because she thought he was single with no kids. Got pregnant for him, found out he was married, had kids, had a baby mama, and had some other kids. I said, y'all do not be checking the whole facts on these niggas. Oh my God. Like, you need to, like, to me, at a certain age, you need to start running niggas' names through Google and shit. Like, you need to start running their names through databases and stuff like that. Okay? Because, first of all, some of you dudes is crazy. And I need to see what type of priors you have, like stalking or something like that. Like, I need to find these things out. Like, I'm so grateful that I met my husband when I was younger and, like, you know, we went to school together. Like, you know, you just have a different level of safety with somebody versus when you get older and you're dating like people you've never met before. And then in this day and age, people are marrying or, you know, going on dates and having relationships with people that they meet online, which takes it to a whole nother level with the what might be really going on out here situation. So, you know, you might be trying to traffic you. So please, by all means, Google these, okay? Please do background check. There is no way that she shouldn't. He probably got child support, you know, cases and all type of shit. She could have took that shit to civil district court and got information on him with like $1. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. I just think it's ridiculous for you to even allow yourself to get pregnant for somebody that you don't know like that to that level. I'm just saying, y'all, because to me, it sounds like you ain't do no real research. You ain't never been to his house. Like, how little of him did you know before you let him spray your club up? Child. But you know what? Outside of that, I do like her because she said at this point, she needs a big dick. She said, I can't deal with no little bitty dick no more. I need big dick. Okay? That's what she needs in her life. I need it in my life. Okay? So then there's Donta. Donta has 3 kids by 3 different women. He likes working out. He likes being physical, hiking, doing, you know, like vacations. He likes going to the Caribbean. He like doing shit, like being out here. Okay. And he says he's really ready to connect. But it was reading, I'm ready to be a hoe. It was reading hoe. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. Dante is reading hoe. I don't have high hopes for him. I think he's gonna hurt some feelings. They showed on the preview to the season that there's somebody on the show that's talking to a lot of different women and saying a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? So I, you know, saying that this one is number 1 and then that one's number 1. And, you know, and I'm just, that might be him. Because I feel like Dante is the only one that is trying to conceal his whole facts. Corey is just letting you know straight out the gate what his situation is. Okay? So anyway, y'all. Anyways, so Carrington's last relationship. Carrington, yes, I'm sorry. I just be writing shit. Carrington, where's Carrington? Yeah. Carrington is number 1 on row 2. Carrington's last relationship with his baby mother was 6 years ago. Okay. And he's one of the ones that likes an alpha female and he works in marketing. He's a restaurateur and he's a chameleon. And I was just like, okay, it's reading immature. I don't know about y'all, but something about the restaurateur was reading immature. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know how I felt about him. We're going to wait and see. So a lot of these I'm just going to wait and see on. I didn't get enough of a feel, but just something. Because I feel like, you know, he's one of them ones that you feel like is probably a nice guy. And then it'd be like, something. We're going to see, y'all. And then Tyrone, y'all. You better call Tyrone. okay, because he is well versed in combat because he was in the military. And he'll kick in the gas for you. All right, so he's been single for 3 years, y'all. And Tyrone is one of the ones I'm worried about because he's one of the ones that look different in pictures and look different in the confessional than he did when he did his own video and the camera was backed away from him. And you can see how big of a man he is. And then his jawline didn't seem so big. Like all of what they were showing us, it looked like he was like a nigga with no neck or something like that. But like when they actually backed up, I was like, nah, he's like nice looking. And it just did not translate. I also think that little bitty mustache is problematic. Like, nigga, get a full beard and stop playing. Some of y'all need to fix this issue. Get a beard, sir. I know you were in the military. Hang it up. Get a beard, okay? I know you see most of these niggas up here have beards. It is important, okay? It is important, okay? Get that together, Tyrone, okay? Because you're out here making people think that you're not nice looking from certain angles. And then when you back up, it's like, oh, wait, no. Okay. But he has issues, y'all. Apparently his mama was out here doing the most. She was out here. She was cheating on her daddy. She was the Rolling Stone. That's so funny to me because ultimately women still don't go from house to house creating, children in households and then leaving them there like that unless they be on drugs and then they just drop all their kids off by their mama house. But that's not what we're talking about, okay? The Rolling Stone thing. But anyway, his mom created a lack of trust within him. So he doesn't trust women. And I feel like he's wearing that. He's wearing it on him and it's unattractive. Like there are times when I feel like there are certain mannerisms that develop on men that are unattractive. And because it kind of goes with the way they handle themselves. It's not just about the way they look. It's about a mannerism mixed with a mindset, mixed with how they end up treating you. And sometimes all of those things tend to go together, you guys. And I know, some of y'all may not follow me here, but that's just how it is, at least for me. Like when I see certain things, as soon as he said that he had issues with trusting women, I was like, he's wearing it. Because as soon as he said it, I could see it. I was like, yep, that's what all this is about. That's what all this is about. When in real life, you like right here with it. But, when we talking about women and all of this shit, like you're up here, like relax, sir, relax, release. Okay, go to therapy. Please deal with that because nobody wants to be like emotionally abused by you, nigga. You too big for that. Okay, you was in the military. There's a lack of emotion right there. Like something just makes me feel like maybe some work needs to be done first. So moving on from there, y'all, Lamont is the first one on the top row. Lamont says he's driven. And he also does spoken word. And he bust out into a poem right there on the spot. Wow. Okay? It rhymed and everything. Tad bit elementary, my dear, but I'm not going to hate on him. Poetry ain't always got to be profound and deep with big words and shit. Okay? It ain't always got to be a Lauryn Hill song. But either way, in the past, in his first marriage, he got cheated on. Okay? And it's been really hard for him to get past that. Mind you, he was like 22. So I feel like a lot of people on this show talk about how they got married in their early 20s and then somebody cheated. Either the woman cheated, they cheated, whatever. And I'm like, that's because y'all was rushing into that shit and y'all wasn't ready for that type of commitment because nobody should really be trying to make that type of commitment that early. Like, your brain isn't even fully formed yet, nigga. Why are you trying to tie yourself down to one person? Even if you really like one person and you would like to date that person, like you still should probably not try to marry someone that early just because it just, marriage is heavy. And I don't think young people can handle the gravity of the situation once it settles in because it's an understanding that only happens after you've gotten married. People who are married know this, that when you get married, the understanding of what marriage is changes. And there's like a gravity that comes with that. And that's why a lot of people don't stay married within like the first 3 years because as soon as they figure out how heavy the shit is, all of a sudden it becomes like, oh, wait a minute, let me back out because I ain't think I could, I ain't think it was going to be like this. And then there are other people that, feel like they can do it, you know what I'm saying? And they stick in there. But a lot of the times, especially for younger people, they realize it's not something that they can actually handle at that point in their lives. And that's why the cheating and all of that happens. But what ends up happening is that people hold that shit so hard to the chest instead of realizing that the cheating wasn't the problem. The getting married too young to a person that was not ready for that is the problem. So you taking the cheating with you for the rest of your life to make all of the other women you've been with after that pay for that shit. I feel like that was almost what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that was, real difficult for me and I can't take that. So it almost makes me feel like in your relationships, in the back of your mind, you always wondering if the woman is cheating on you because of what happened when you were 22. And you're like 37 right now. So it's kind of like I need for people to understand that sometimes a lot of things happen because people aren't mature enough for the commitments that they make. They just really aren't. And it's not something that you need to carry with you going forward, like people tend to do. But anyway, he said he's looking for a confident, strong woman, Savannah girl. And I'm like, what does that mean? I want to know how that translates when it comes to how he is in relationships. So y'all, Carrie is number 3 at the bottom. Okay. Carrie got married in her early 20s as well, but she wasn't ready. So they divorced. Okay. And she's dating intentionally now. And she often does the most in relationships and she has to pull back. And I was like, damn. I was like, I used to be that type of person. It's so funny. You just have to find somebody that doesn't make you feel like an asshole for doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, I understand like wanting to go full forward. You know what I'm saying? But you got to pull some of that shit back. You can't be doing all of that wife shit for everybody, especially, for dudes. I'm sorry. Like you can't be doing all of that for dudes. Dudes don't appreciate that shit. They feel like that's the shit women should do, not something that someone is doing and they should be put on a pedestal and considered special because they're doing this. Like, and that's how women think about it. Women think I'm doing all of this, so he's gonna think that I'm special because I can do all of these things. When really the man is like, no, you doing all the shit you're supposed to be doing, and if you wasn't doing it, somebody else will be doing it because that's what you bitches do. Y'all clean up. Okay, like I'm just saying, like that's kind of how it comes across. But anyway, we're gonna be worried because you're in a process with all of these different men. What happens if you like more than one? Like how is that going to, and then if you really do just like one, are you going to try to put a chokehold on him the first week of the process? Because y'all tend to do that too on this damn show. So we're worried. So y'all, then Liba. Okay, Liba is number 3 on the 3rd row. Okay, Liba was married. And she said at some point they were sleeping in different beds. And she was just like, I can't do this. Divorce, okay? And she talks about what she wants in a relationship. She's like, I want to be at the stove cooking for my man. And then he come up and kiss me on the back of my neck and smack me on my ass, okay? And I ain't really got no ass. And I feel like I'm out here competing with all these hoes that got all of this ass. You know what I'm saying? And then she was like, and I need a tall man too. I don't want no little bitty man because my knees and this and that. And I was just kind of like, girl. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't just want you to, kiss me on the back of the neck and then smack me on the ass. Like, fuck me on the counter. But, that's her story. Anyway, I feel like women be caring too much about that height shit. Like, just be taller than me. You ain't gotta be, da-da-da-da-da. Because, a lot of y'all have criterias and shit for men. And it's like, well, bitch, there ain't a lot of these niggas out here that you could have that's that height. So what you gonna do? You really gonna let this little foot difference, keep you from that one nigga that can do all of that for you? Like that what you gonna do? You gonna block your blessings because he a foot shorter than what you would have wanted? You know what I'm saying? Nah, but I really thought she meant because, short men be coming with that Napoleon complex. That's what I thought she meant. But child knows she actually meant she wanted him to be tall. I was just like, oh, that's I get it, but so Naeem, y'all. Naeem is the last man on row number 2. Naeem loves Caribbean women. He loves natural women. He says he don't mind a little makeup, but he said he don't like you women who make transformations, which y'all make. You transformation bitches. I don't like you transformation bitches. I liked him. He was the only one that after he finished talking, I was like, I like him. I may not like him once we get into the season, but on this part, I was just kind of like, okay, I liked him. But a lot of you dudes pretend to be like this. A lot of y'all pretend to like this, and then you end up courting or trying really hard with the exact opposite. So we're gonna wait and see. But I did, like what he was saying or whatever. It's always so interesting seeing how people who are older than you operate in relationships. True. It really is. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just be taller than me. If you're 5'10", you're good. Maybe 5'8". Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause I know girls who are like my height. Mind you, I'm 5'3", right? I'm short. Larry's like 6'2". Okay, so he's much taller than me. But I wouldn't have been like, yeah, nah, he gotta be like 6 something. For what, bitch? I'm 5'3". Like, as long as you taller than me, this is basically all I require. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand people that are like that. Like, oh, he has to be 6 something. And it's like, well, bitch, you're like 5'5". A dude that's 5'10", 5'9" should be good enough for you. Like, what is the problem? Okay. Anyway, so like I said, like Naeem, but wait, we'll see. Okay. Tisha. Tisha is the girl next door. That's how she described herself. That is number 2 on the last row. She says she is a girl next door mixed with a trophy wife. She wants a man with a beard. She needs a medium ugly nigga. And she wants an alpha male. And she's that girl. Ask all her exes about her. There aren't a lot of them, but you can ask about her. I said, girl after my own heart. Okay, y'all may not know this about me, but I may not be the girl next door or a trophy wife. I am the girl next door. I'm not a trophy wife, but I am definitely the girl next door. I could be a trophy wife, but no, I don't want that. But I could be one, but no. She wants a man with a beard. Me too. She likes a medium ugly nigga. Me too. Okay? Nobody too pretty. I don't have time for you to think that you're prettier than me. Go to hell. Okay? Alpha male, because me personally, I feel like I don't like when people use references about dogs to humans. I'm not a fan of that. And once I found out that whole alpha male shit came from how they used to categorize dogs in packs, I think that it's an ignorant assessment of humans who are not dogs, who are not animals, who, talk and communicate and, have opposable thumbs and all of that shit that makes us non-animal like. So I'm kind of not even really, I don't really like that alpha male, beta male. I don't like all of that bullshit. Okay, like I feel like a lot of that shit is bullshit. But yeah, medium ugly. You always want you a medium ugly nigga, okay? Or, you know what I'm saying, a fat nigga or not so fat nigga. You just need you somebody that understands where he is so he don't overstep his boundaries, okay? Like she said, you want a man that's gonna love your dirty drawers, like, and drink your bath water and all of that shit. Yes, all of that shit she said. That's all of the shit that I was raised being told. I'm sorry. And you really can ask all of them motherfuckers about me, okay? And it's a handful of them, and you really could. They would probably say bad, but mostly good things. They would say bad things, but they would say good things. It would be mostly good things, I promise. It doesn't even really matter at this point. Lyric has mostly good things to say. It's been like a decade. You should have mostly good things to say. You got some bad things, sometimes, but not all the time. Okay. Humble about his looks. Yes. Okay. Plus, that study can only be replicated in animals in captivity, not the wild. There's a lot about alpha. That says a lot about alpha men. Come on, Zaza Crossing. You better know what I'm talking about. Okay. Right. I don't either, Bonnie. Don't compare animals to humans. I don't know what that's about. That's so weird. Thank you so much, Brittany Young, for the super sticker. Yep. Don't marry no one who thinks they're prettier than you. Absolutely not. That is absolutely not the way sway. Listen to me. Listen to me, young women. I don't know what's going. I don't know what happened there, so I don't want to read it. But not insecure. No, not insecure. Absolutely not insecure. Okay, like that's not no. That's not ever a part of the criteria that somebody wants. So yeah, y'all, that was the last person, and they are adding 2 new singles that we have not seen to the situation. Okay, so y'all know I love y'all, and I'm supposed to be doing Love and Marriage Huntsville in 20 minutes for my members and my Patreons. But because I had something to talk to y'all about, I had some bullshit to come to y'all with. We can go ahead and talk a little bit about Love and Marriage Huntsville before I give the full review to my members and my Patreons only. So I would really appreciate if y'all would like my video. Nigga beatboxing and shit on their legs. Okay. Did y'all like the video? Bondy, please suggest that all the ladies become mods on each other's pages so that we've already done that. We've already done that from when the shit happened last time. Thank you. But yes, all of the ladies are mods on each other's channels now. So if they don't have a wrench, it ain't my girls. Okay. All right then. So let me pull up the Love and Marriage Huntsville notes so we can talk about a little bit of that. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'll be singing and shit. Whatever. Get on my in the top shelf. Oh my God, I found them all in a spaceship. And my hand when I say, I'll make it, baby. Everything right, going, hey, shit. Let my money fans go. Bang, 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 like a Lambo. I be jumping on the stage, oh, jumping, hey, crowd better save him. Crowd going, hey, can't believe we made it. Can't believe we bang, bang. All right, I'm sorry. I felt like that. Anyway, so Love and Marriage Huntsville. Everybody is getting ready to leave Vegas, okay? Everybody's having these little separate conversations. Kimmy asked Tisha if it bothered her that Marceau did not want to renew their vows. And Tisha gets emotional about how Marceau doesn't spend a lot of time with her and the kids. And she'll go on trips without him and see other people with their, whole family. And it gets her to feeling sad and emotional because that's what she wants. And Kimmy says that she was surprised to hear that Marceau is depressed. And Tisha says, well, when you're married to a Scot, they don't like to really be honest with you about shit. And, Kimmy was like, yeah, that's one thing about being married to a Scot. You have to compromise more. And that made me sad for them because it makes me feel like because men decide to be unyielding in requiring bullshit in relationships, like requiring Tisha to shut the fuck up and listen to you, and then when she's in pain, be silent and keep her shit to herself. Like that's insane to me. Like it's really ridiculous, the double standards that are created in these relationships. And to me, what it often looks like, as much as these men pride themselves on taking care of their women, it comes off like very much mother-son relationships, not like, husband and wife relationships. Because to me, you require all of that shit from your mother. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lack of romantic love. There's a lack of like attracting and sexual love happening between Marceau and Tisha. Obviously, at some point that they felt that way. But at this point, it seems as if there's a lack of that happening in the relationship, a lack of intimacy, all of that. And I think Maurice is better with Kimmy because I think that Kimmy requires more of Maurice, even if it's not a lot. It's more than what Tisha can require of Marceau. But Marceau chose her purposely for, for that. Like he chose her because I feel like he knew she was someone that eventually he could break down to do exactly what he wanted her to do. Okay? Bondy, you're too unique to be the girl next door. Yes, but I am like I have been. Y'all know how the girl next door for Black people really is like the best friend of a guy who she lived next door to. Like I'm that girl. That's not the same song, but that's y'all know what I'm talking about. Music has a song about it. Okay. I wish I would have knew the boy next door would have been you. Gotta share my girl, and only I'm trying to remember the words. I can't remember the words, but y'all remember that song, right? That's it. Anyway, so I'm kind of annoyed, you know what I'm saying, by the way they just kind of, it's compromise. It's not compromise. Compromise goes both ways. Like in order to compromise, both people would be getting something equal out of the situation. It would be more balanced. This is not a compromise. This is you guys yielding to power. You yielding to their will because you don't want to fight them on every front. A lot of women have been resigned to pick their battles. And even though that is a great mindset to have about life in general, pick your battles. Everything doesn't deserve your energy. Everything doesn't deserve an argument. Everything doesn't deserve any of that. But no. It's not compromise, it's settling. Oh, okay. I hope Tisha gets the strength to do what's going to make her happy. Constantly compromising and swallowing your feelings can't be healthy. It's not. It's not healthy. Swallowing your feelings, that's why she can never speak like how she feels. Like she needs to get that throat chakra cleansed. Okay, she needs to wear the colors. I think it might be blue, bitch. I don't know what the color is for the throat chakra, but you need to get into that. Okay, because you need to free that up, and you can tell that man how you feel. Fuck his feelings at the end of the day. And she doesn't know how to do that because she's constantly in a mindset of, I need to make sure I'm catering to Marceau. I need to make sure I'm doing whatever I need to do to make Marceau happy. And she says that constantly about, just something I have to deal with, just something you got to swallow and deal with. No, it's not, Tisha. No, it's not, Tisha. It's not. It's really, really not. Anyway, so Tiffany tells Lewis that Destiny pulled her to the side and said that, they need to move forward. And she wants to know what they can do so that they can have, a different result as it pertains to their relationship. And Tiffany suggested that they schedule some girl time together. So they plan to do that in the future. Tiffany is trying to get away from feeling like Destiny has it out for her. So they're going to show each other, some love and agree to be there for one another. Okay. And I'm like, okay, we'll see how that conversation goes, because in the preview to next week's episode, it doesn't look like it's going to go over that well. Destiny still looks annoyed, and Tiffany still looks like she doesn't give a fuck about how you feel about that. So we'll see. The men, Marceau, Martel, and Maurice, talk about their feelings. Y'all see that they talked about their feelings without Lewis. Okay, you see they talked about their feelings without Lewis. And I know a lot of people feel like it's because Lewis pillow talked, but I personally feel like it's because he is going to hold y'all accountable in a way that y'all don't want to be held accountable. I'm going to just tell you the truth. Like, I really do feel like that, because ultimately, Tisha often comes back to Marceau with shit she's heard from other people because he doesn't communicate with her. That happens all the time. It wasn't just Lewis. It's happened often that Tisha comes to Marceau with some shit she heard from somebody else. And it's because she is not validated. She does not feel safe. She does not trust you. And y'all don't want to say that that's what it is because that sounds bad. But she doesn't trust you. She doesn't trust you at all. I don't think she does. And I don't think that she's allowed to say that. So she just comes to you with how she feels, and you pass it off as her being insecure and being simple minded and allowing other people to get in her head. But the truth of the matter is, you create that fear in her because you don't support her emotionally. You refuse to validate that you love her, out in front of people. You refuse to actually show the love that would make her feel safe and ignore what other people are saying. Do you know how often women completely ignore when people are telling them the truth about a man, all because that man got them? That man has told, and I'm not saying got them in a way that he has their back. No, I mean got them in a way that he knows how to validate their feelings when it's the two of them, and sometimes in public, so that she won't really care about how anybody else feels about it, because he's going to say, no, I love her. And even if he's doing all of the wrong shit they say he doing, if he profess love and dick her down and make her feel like they don't know what they talking about and she's the only one in his eyes and all of that shit, a woman will go through her life with fucking blinders on for a nigga and totally ignore what everybody's saying, even if it's true. But he doesn't supply that for her. So she has no choice but to feel how she's feeling, because people are coming to her with it, and you're not providing the offset in the relationship, so she doesn't pay attention to the things that people are saying, Marceau. Like, it's really, really ridiculous. But the men talk about their feelings, and Marceau expresses being scared to fail. And I talked about this last week about how I felt like ultimately Marceau's issue is that, when a lot of people, when they grow up in poverty, they are always scared of trying to have more or doing more or like achieving more. Like, I don't know what that's about, but it creates some type of like fear. And it's really like a terrible mindset to have, but a lot of people don't necessarily apply that to their relationships. They might apply that to business, or, how they deal, like they may not try to strive as hard as they could out of fear of failing, because they know what it's like to be on the bottom. So they would rather not take those types of risk. But sometimes in order to really get that bag and get where you're trying to go with the generational wealth and all of that, and especially in entrepreneurship, you have to take risk. So there is, somewhat of a, I don't even know what to say. Opposites type of situation happening here with Marceau, where you can take these risks with with your business, but you can't take these risks with your relationships. And you really don't take those risks with your business because you don't take the time off that you need in order to be balanced in your business. It's all business all the time. And that was the mistake they made with Tisha getting involved in the business, because now he really does refer to her and think of her as a secretary. And a maid, and a nanny, and all of those things that he needs her to be, but never when it's time to pour into what she needs emotionally. And that's where the disconnect is happening. When men want women to be at home and give up all their power and shit, those men have to be very careful of how they emotionally handle their wives, if they are trying to have any type of real love in a relationship. I'm just saying. Because ultimately, if you don't check in on her and inquire about how she feels and make sure that she's good, you're never going to really care about how she feels, because you view her in an insubordinate way. You see what I'm saying? Like, he views her as lesser. So he's not going to really inquire or care about her feelings, because he sees her as a tool in what he's trying to accomplish, and not like the person who he also has to pour into. Like it just doesn't translate in that way for him. And that's sad, because they've been together for 15 years. And at what point do you give your wife what she wants out of the situation that doesn't equate to monetary gain? Like, you're always throwing out money. Like, it's not about that. It's really not. But he stresses himself out on a daily basis. And Maurice points out how unbalanced their lives are. And I was telling my husband, and I'm going to talk about this and then I'm going to go. But I was telling my husband that the thing that I noticed about these men is that what I know about men in general is that when men really love their wives, if their wives are good women, their wives will bring out the best things in them. Their wives will push them to be greater, will give them more purpose. Their wives will make them better people in one way or another. And I'll always go back to using my dad as an example. My dad was a hard ass dude. And over the years, my mom definitely softened my father up, you know what I'm saying? And made him, kind of be more aware of the fact that he wasn't emotionally supportive or he wasn't affectionate. So she would force affection on him. She would force him to be have PDA. Even if he didn't want to do it, she would kiss him anyway. And because he loved her, he would not push her away. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, over the years, he started to learn that was something he needed to change about himself. So he would then be like, come here, and then give me a kiss. It was his way of trying to be affectionate with me, even though it did not come naturally to him. And there were a lot of ways that I feel like my mother enriched my father's life and made him a more well-rounded person, but only because he was open emotionally to which she offered him. You know what I'm saying? But it was also because she could not constantly be in a subordinate role to him, because he would not value her enough to listen or to trust what she's giving. And a lot of these men, Maurice, the reason why Maurice seems to be better off in his mentality than his brother is not only because he's older, because you'll forget about that, but it's because he allows for Kimmy to impress knowledge upon him. Not all the time, but the same shit he was saying to Marceau in that scene about them being unbalanced is the same shit that Kimmy was saying to him months ago before the shit happened with Monster. Okay? And I feel like she told him about it. He didn't listen. The shit happened with Monster. He kept it from her because he knew it was a sign that his lack of presence was causing an issue with his son. And so now the lesson has happened. So now he's listening to what she said, and now he's giving that information to Marceau. But check how she told him first. He ignored her. The lesson had to happen. And now he realizes that she was right, and he's giving that same information that his wife already gave him to his brother. But he had to actually pay attention to the fact that what she said was right in order to give that information back to Marceau. And Marceau does not listen to his wife in that same way. He does not trust or rely on her in that same way. And he ends up making mistakes, making his life harder, which is why he's depressed right now, because he has so much on his shoulders. He doesn't know how to relinquish or to rely on his wife in the way that he should be relying on her. Because if he would ever listen to her, his life would be easier. I.e., when the shit happened at the restaurant and she told him to hire experienced GM to train Kimmy's son, Jalen. And he didn't listen to her. And what happened? Everybody quit. And Jalen isn't doing everything y'all need him to do. And now you like, oh, you were right, babe, when you could have just listened to her from the very beginning, And it's just crazy. It's crazy how they read the parts of the Bible and then you just really don't understand them or really don't listen. And because they use the Bible against people all the time. People like Marceau and them, all of these alpha male niggas, they love to use like biblical things as a reason for why it's okay for them to be the way they are. But they forget things like when people say, when you find a wife, a man findeth a good thing. When they say that, what that really means is that women enrich men's lives in a way that they really sometimes are not able to accomplish by themselves. Even if they can get out there and get that money by themselves, there is a spiritual, mental, or emotional component that will be missing if they don't have a woman or a partner. And I say partner because I know everybody is not in, a heterosexual relationship. But because we're talking about these heterosexual people, like I'm talking about these heterosexual relationships. But y'all know I mean, like in general, people need a supportive person. And they need to be that supportive person to another person. You know what I'm saying? Like those things need to be reciprocated. But more so in these, heterosexual relationships, that often is the case. Women who are supportive and good women really do enrich their husbands' lives, which is why a lot of really, really rich men, especially at the beginning of getting their money and all of that type of shit, get with smart women that they can rely on and not bimbos that are going to spend all their money. They may do that later on in life, but at the beginning, when it counts, and when they need somebody to depend on and need somebody that's going to support them and all of that type of shit, it's the smart bitch they met in college. You know what I'm saying? It's the one that they done came up with that has been up with them at night. And she, technically was shooting in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So it is just crazy how when men really don't live into the role the way they're supposed to, they don't gain all of what can be gained from what the experience is supposed to be, which is why Marceau is missing out on all of the joys of life. It seems like at least the joys that he should be enjoying his kids. He should have fun with his kids. He should enjoy his wife. He should be, enjoying those vacations. Y'all, they should never be going on vacations without this man. That doesn't even make any sense to me. I'm sorry. That doesn't make any sense to me. My father at one point went from working for somebody to being an entrepreneur and actually having to work, his own business and all of that type of shit. And it still was very much the balance of my wife and my family need at least a vacation a year so I can take off and spend time with them. And it wasn't even just then. Like, we used to take weekends and go to Mississippi and shit like that. We used to do three-day weekends all the time. Me, my mom, and my daddy was good for a 3-day weekend up and down somebody's beach, Destin, Pensacola, past Christian, child, whatever. But we will go and spend some time somewhere and have some fucking off time for the type of like extensive work, my mom and my dad did, constant, all day, every day type workers. You have to take that time off. And that's really important in relationships because you have to enjoy each other. If you're not enjoying each other, then what the fuck are you doing all of this for? Just for your ego. It's for his ego. Just saying. So you can be remembered in infamy, as the man that gave his kids this, instead of as the man that his kids loved and spent so much time with. Like, y'all, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go. My grandfather died when I was 6 years old, y'all. 6. Still to this day, one of my favorite people. I've talked about him quite often in my life. Do you know why? Because he spent so much time. He spent time with his kids. He spent time with his grandkids. He spent time with us. Like, and yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like niggas find a way to not be at home. So I don't even care that he didn't make a lot of money or wasn't some like multi-millionaire, trying to run corporations and all of that. So the fuck what? Because there are men who do that and still find a way to spend time with their damn family and their kids. LeBron James, okay? Russell Wilson. People who have hectic schedules and still find a way to spend time and be with their families and enjoy them. Enjoy them. Not just have them, to be some picture of what they're supposed to have as a man, but to actually feel like those things are needed and need to be nurtured in my life. Nigga got to make some changes, okay? I can only remember one trip my father didn't go on with us because he had to work, and even then it seemed like he was calling every hour. You should work hard, play hard. You have to recharge. Absolutely. Men are always quoting Ephesians 5 that says wives are to submit, but they never finish that scripture. The end says they're supposed to submit to the church, right? I think that's what it says. Yeah, they're supposed to treat us like Christ treated the church. Oh, so yeah, it's like you're supposed to. That's why when you get married, you get down on one knee. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is to exalt. It is to hold up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're supposed to do with your wife, your woman. That's what that's supposed to be. That's why women have to find men that love their dirty drawers and all of that. Because if you don't find that, they really won't value you, because this society teaches that because a nigga is bigger and stronger, that he's better. So you don't have to treat things that are lesser than you better if you don't want to. So when men choose to hold a woman up and exalt her and respect her and love her in a certain way, it, not only enriches her, but it enriches his life as well, because women are well. We poor. Okay. That's what we do in relationships innately and all of that, the nurturing and all of that shit. But you also have to, nurture us in order for us to nurture you. It has to be reciprocal. You can't just, have a woman constantly giving and giving of you, and it's not going to have its negatives if you're not also giving and giving of yourself to her in the ways that she needs to give to you and your kids. You know what I'm saying? So him thinking that only his feelings and needs are only the ones to be considered is just, or even that nobody's feelings and needs should be considered, is just toxic. But anyway, let me leave y'all. I need to go over because I'm about to be 10 minutes late because I need to go use the bathroom. But meet me members, Patreons, meet me over there. All right. Love y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day.